tailing missions, man. Damn. I don't like them. New outfit, though.
Oh, and a new power, too. Okay. 30k credits. Take that.
They've been in there a while.
The kid's been through a lot. I ran some searches in the CSEC archive. About 10 years back, a bunch of real bad people were killed. Like someone was cleaning house. The prime suspect was a drill. We never caught him.
Someone like that is trouble you don't want to deal with.
Someone's got to deal with it. Doesn't have to be me, though.
How'd it go?
Our problems, they aren't something I can fix with a few words. We'll keep talking, see what happens.
Your boy shot some people. No one I feel sympathy for, but there it is.
And?
That kid goes through the system, we both know he's there for the rest of his life. Those guys were a waste of skin, scales, whatever.
If you've got another suggestion, I'm listening.
Give him a job. He can work off his debt to society and you can keep an eye on him.
It sounds like more work for me, and I can't just deputize him into CSEC. You have to go through channels.
I didn't say have him work for CSEC. I said have him work for you.
Interesting. I'll think about it.
Thank you, Captain.
Never mind the scales we found at those crime scenes. You think, I imagine his kid would be one Drell that's not too keen on, like, serving a Hanar, you know? After everything that went down, he might be a little bit opposed to finding a nice Hanar master, you know, to serve.
No, let the kids stay dry. It's cool.
Yeah. All right. What else was on Citadel while we're here?
Already robbed the kid of his childhood. Let him stay dry, you know?
Yeah, that was a pretty decent ending in that it's like, you're not gonna fix the situation when guns are still hot, you know? But you go figure that out. You go talk it out and work out some of that tension.
Apparently, if you fail that escort mission, you don't get a game over. The quest will just complete, and the son remains an assassin. So that was close.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck, man. Like, you saw the exact moment the tail disappeared.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, again, I have to, for my own sake, I'm like, I know that I can fuck up. So that's where I'm like, did you see something I didn't see?
Yeah, I saw this.
Where did they go?
And the prompt, and I was like, it's in this direction.
And I saw the meter going down saying, you have to tell him in the next couple seconds. And I'm like, yeah, you know? And I saw the keeper up top, and I was...
Yeah.
But for a second, I was like, is that an obstacle or is that something I should approach? And I was like, okay, no, don't. Just keep on.
Just focus on the dude.
Because, yeah, I was like, oh, is that like a thing for saying, like, if you switch sides, you're going to have someone in the way, therefore you're going to have to switch back. And because, you know, I noticed you could go on both sides
Patterns. Yeah, there were doors on the left, there was the keeper. And
there was more doors to walk through, and that's what it was. So I was looking at it like, what is the keeper there? Is that just to block me? You know, and so it took a second to and I assume that's what it was, right? So, anyway, that's what I looked up at, and then I was like, okay, what are we doing? So, I don't know. Whatever. That's my fucking thought process. There you go. Thinking aloud. If I can, I'll do a fucking source code dump, so you can see all the questions and queries, and then the input response that came afterwards, and then you can decide whether or not you fucking, get bothered by that. Let's save it, and let's see what else we could do over here. Citadel. Forged ID. Find someone who can make use of it. Also... That was it. Yeah, okay. Kasumi's wasn't here. It was in Beckenstein. We tried walking around looking for that fake ID person before. We didn't really find anybody.
I'm not sure what we're looking for.
Yeah. Alright, well there's 3 places to do circles around. And then there's the shops too, so unless it's an actual shopkeeper.
All I'm saying is that these mementos will help me remember the happy times we've shared even after you're gone.
Yeah, alright.
Doesn't it look delicious?
We'll deal with it later.
Wait, go back a second. I think there was something to talk to Thane on the left. Yeah, right there.
You think Citadel security would be the tightest in the galaxy?
I know C-Sec too well to believe that's true.
I see no fewer than 14 fatal flaws a skilled assassin could exploit. 8 of them existed when I was here 10 years ago.
Alright. Now, what are we going to look for? Back on the ship. What up, Kells?
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Commander, you've received a new message at your
Yeah,
private terminal.
you just told us that.
So emails will happen every mission, but like big talks will happen after like big missions, main missions. Raja, facility updates.
From Cerberus Intel. Commander Shepard, contacting you per Elusive Man's instructions. He believed you would want to know that he had ordered Subject Zero's project shut down before the riot broke out. Cerberus personnel arrived to find all guards dead along with most of the subjects. Any surviving children were treated for injuries, given mild amnesic treatments, and delivered to Alliance facilities as survivors of slaver attacks. Surviving doctors were forcibly retired for their role in the project. Per your report, the facility on Plagia has been destroyed.
Okay. Tim's just like, hey Shepard, just want to pass you this right here, alibi.zip. If you can just crack that open and take a look, you'll see right there that we had no knowledge of any of the events. Here's a recording of the guards saying that we had no knowledge of any of these events. And I'll have you know that not only did we take care of those sick kids, we memory wiped them so that they won't have to live with the trauma.
Oh, they can have their childhood again.
Reintegrated into society.
That's good.
Productive.
Uh-huh.
Good humans for the future.
I like hearing that.
So, all's well that ends well, right?
All of that. Uh-huh.
Good? Okay, fine.
They get the Terra Firma patch, by the way, these kids?
That didn't come about. I mean,
No.
we just had to.
What are we doing
We
here?
walked into a tragedy, and we helped them through what we call, I suppose, erasure therapy.
Oh.
Right. You know how a lot of therapy is about digging up the, closed off memories? This is about burying those.
Right.
And putting more dirt on top of them.
Okay.
So push those memories down.
Compress that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
And then off you go. For humanity.
That's healthy.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, Shepard, please sign here to acknowledge that all's well that ends well.
Thank you, Cerberus. Doing the good stuff.
Thank you, Tim.
Clean up the mess, you know?
It's important. Wait.
Do you think Thane has...
Exactly.
Okay. Before we hit the road again.
Yeah, I'm just always tempted to not, like, lag too much and stuff, because I know I've run by to check on
People and they have
would-
nothing to say.
Precisely. So I'm like, I don't want to keep lagging. I'll rely on what Kelly says to see who to run up to and talk to.
Do you need something?
Sup, T.
Mind
Hain?
if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all.
There's something else I'd like to talk about.
Ask.
Have a few minutes to talk?
Certainly.
Jesus Christ, Blue, get to it.
Circling around the pod, eh?
If you don't mind my saying, you don't really seem like an assassin.
You've spent too much time fighting thugs who think custom-painted armor makes them fashion. I have trained my body for this role since I was 6 years old.
What a boss. Damn.
It's not about the suit.
Damn. Damn. Thane turns to the camera and talks directly, not to the player, but to BioWare. Talks straight to the developers of the video game. Wow. Yeah, no, that's calling out the fucking game design.
You've been killing since you were 6?
Of course not. I didn't make my first kill until I was 12. They were training me. I was not to be used and thrown away. I was an investment.
Their lifespan was 85, right?
Yeah, something like that. Something in the 80s, yeah?
You were a child, not an investment.
I've given you the wrong idea. They valued me, yes, as a resource, but also as a person. They regretted their need for me.
Mm-hmm. What's that virtual swing set appearing in the... Edie, is that you? Did you... No, Shepard. That's not me at all. Pay no mind to the glowing blue swing set virtually appearing in the background.
The Hanar? Excessively polite, worship the Protheans? They don't seem the type who train assassins.
Every species trains assassins. The Hanar are only unusual in that they need other species to do the killing for them. They have a strong grip and natural toxins, but have you ever seen one move quickly outside of water? Or fire a gun?
I have not.
I've heard stories about big old Captain Blastos. Yeah. No, there's definitely at least there's no fewer than perhaps 3 characters, including filler, I'd guess, in Naruto that are like, I was raised as a tool, but tools don't need to think. Tools don't need to have feelings. Tools don't need feelings. Shut up. Yes, you are allowed to have feelings. No.
Seal that shit. Seal that shit. Don't feel.
Why did your parents agree to this?
The agreement was made under the Compact. It was an honor for our family.
The Compact?
We live on the Hanar homeworld because they rescued us. Some of us from extinction. We owe them our lives. That is the Compact.
I guess we'll do this again.
What exactly are the terms of the Compact?
There are many things the Hanar can't do, even with mechanical aid. They ask Drell to assist them.
Yes. The Drell are the Hanar Shabbatmen.
Shabbatmen.
Yes.
I see.
They come around and turn the light switches on and operate the stove and do the things that, you know.
This can't be legal. They made your whole race into slaves.
Don't insult me, Shepard. Anyone can refuse to serve. Few do. We owe our existence to the Hanar. We are proud to repay the debt.
You sound like a bunch of wimps.
The way you describe it, the Hanar sound like weaklings.
Out here, they are. But if you could see them in the encompassing, the oceans of Kaje, you would see them differently. A stream of silver in the dark, looping, diving. So fast the eye can't follow. Laughter like the squeals of a child vibrates the water. They fly over the black of the seabed like birds, plumed with the light of heaven.
Also, I'll have you know that insulting the Hanar is a crime punishable by death to my people, but I'll let it slide, Shepard.
Oh, okay.
I'll let it slide.
Cool. Didn't know. I respect that.
Why are you slowly blinking sideways at me? What does that emotion mean, Thane? I don't know what that means. Are you squinting or what?
Why was your race going extinct?
Overpopulation. That must sound trite to you. Humans developed mass effect drive before the problem became acute. Our homeworld, Rakana, had few resources. We hadn't even developed fusion power when the soil began to fail from overuse and pollution. The Hanar found us a century ago. They sent hundreds of ships, evacuated thousands of us. Billions more had to be left behind.
Yeah, it's one thing to be saved from, like, a crisis from without, but if you are responsible for your own downfall, and then someone comes and saves you, your confidence is going to be fucking shot in your own people.
Yeah.
At that point. Unless you're Krogan.
Krogans believe until the end, even when it's...
I am Krogan!
Even when there's nothing to be believed in.
I blow myself up! Live in the ground! Re-emerge! Throw planets at people! And then some other stuff. Don't worry about it. But one of these days, though.
What's the state of Rakana now?
Do you read your philosophers? A man named Thomas Hobbes. When all the world is overcharged with inhabitants, then the last remedy of all is war, which provideth for every man by victory or death. As Rakana died around them, my people slaughtered each other for mouthfuls of water, crumbs of food.
Shit. Another example of an alien getting deep by learning human culture.
But you don't kill for the Hanar anymore. You're freelance. What changed?
I was asleep for a long time, yes. I paid no attention to what my body was asked to do, but then... Laser dot trembles on the skull. One finger twitch. He dies. Then the smell of spice on the spring wind. Sunset-colored eyes defiant in the scope. The laser dances away.
Lady Gaga plays on the radio.
My apologies.
Oh.
Drell slip into memory so easily.
It must be interesting, though, to think about what the education system would be for a race with perfect memory. Because all you have to do is read something once, and then it's there. Right? Like, if I'm teaching you how to fire a weapon, you will always have the freshest thing you're taught. You know? If you have to update something, and go like, oh, that was wrong, we have a better way of doing it now. It's just like, it's always up to date. It would affect so much about your, like... I don't know, like, you would make so many fewer mistakes in life because you would always just be on the exact thing you remember.
Yeah.
You know, people wouldn't really be able to get away with lying to you because as a culture, I have perfect memory of what we talked about last time, unless I wasn't there.
Oh, if you... Okay, yeah.
If you're lying about something that we've already talked about in the past, I mean to say. But, like, education and all these, like, it would affect culture in so many ways that are like domino effects of just like everyone can recollect everything. It's essentially like all the stuff you could get out of that Black Mirror episode where you had the camera,
the chips and the camera.
Yeah, where you have like the camera Please help me. My brain is in the middle of having.
I don't know what you're thinking.
The thing that goes
Retina
over your
or-
eyeball.
Lens, a contact
Lens. Thank you.
You're just like.
Brain is having a rough go.
That's fine.
Everything that would happen as a result of like humanity gaining perfect recollection via a digital contact lens, you would have that be an inherent, well, not problem, but status quo with Drell society, you know?
Only way to keep up.
Yeah, it's really interesting to think about the ramifications of just like a culture where you can't get away with that much bullshit, and a culture as well where people can just retain things and do things efficiently.
Can you gaslight a Krell or a Drell rather?
As long as they weren't there.
As long as they don't know the real information.
As long as they were not around for the real thing. But the moment they are, that's what's in there. You know, what that leads me to go to think more about like then how did they fuck up so badly? You know, what did they commit to that was just the wrong choice over and over and over again in fucking up their environment? You know, it's very interesting.
Was that one of your assassinations?
Yes. Perhaps we can discuss it later. I've wasted too much of your time.
You'd probably be much more prone to, like, anything PTSD related, anything trauma related, anything painful never goes away as well.
Yeah.
So there comes the downsides.
The positives and the negatives. Hope they have therapy.
I mean, yes, there could be, but it would be like, okay, so this is interesting stuff because like there's different ways you can treat, for example, PTSD therapy, right? And one of the ways is by using there's a drug called propranolol, and what that does is it like helps you if you recall a traumatic memory and you are using this at the same time. Usually the recalling the memory and going through it, walking through it piece by piece will excite you and bring you up, and you'll start to have an anxiety attack. You'll start to panic. Taking that will calm that down. And so by letting you interface with the thing that causes trauma usually, but you are much calmer because of that, because of what you took, the propranolol.
Okay, you're actively dealing with a trauma at
You're
this point.
actively dealing with it in a way that you finally can, whereas usually you're like it's painful as soon as you get close to it, and that association over time makes it less painful to think about, and then it makes it so that you can not it's not as hot to the touch anymore in your brain.
And you can deal with it.
Exactly, right? So you dull it over time because it's sharp and you need something to help you with that. It's fucking interesting. Wow. Super fascinating stuff. And
they should have had that on Maury when they were showing the balloons. The people were scared and shit. And
I mean, yes, but at the same time, when your dad dies and they put olives on his eyes, or your grandfather dies and they put olives on his eyes, and you're a child and you see those olives and they think of you, they remind you of death, you're not going to like olives after that for very good reason. Mm-hmm. But either way, you're kind of rewiring the associations you have by going through it in that way. Now, if you have a perfect recollection all the time, I don't know that type of thing would work. You know,
at this point, it's learning to live with it
because
it's not going away.
Yes, because part of what makes that like work for humans is that our memory can fade, it can dull, and you can revisit the version in your head that becomes safer and less painful to you.
Yeah.
But if you can literally teleport back in time in your brain to the moment of that horrible thing, you're gonna be in it. And no amount of dulling it is going to sharpen that edge because you have a perfect recollection.
Yeah.
So like the things that you're describing there, like our solutions are human based, you know? It's so cool. Yeah. It's so interesting.
All right. Drell about the culture. 8 centuries ago, the already arid Drell homeworld, Rakana, began its swift descent into lifelessness due to disastrous industrial expansion. Because their population was bursting at 11 billion, and they did not possess interstellar flight capacity, the Drell would have been doomed without the intervention of the Hanar. Following first contact, the Hanar spent 10 years transporting 375,000 willing Drell to their own homeworld, Kaji. The remaining billions perished in the dying world, warring against each other for diminishing sources of water and food. Today, only a few thousand survive on Rakana, in clusters never exceeding a few hundred. Now a cemetery world, Rakana's population can double during pilgrimage season. Drell have been part of the galactic community for almost 2 centuries. Most reside on Kaji, content to coexist with the Hanar. Those who leave Kaji tend to be adventurers. Gifted by the Hanar with acute perception of interspecies body language, solitary Drell travelers often seek out new species elsewhere, adopting that species' culture and rarely returning to Kaji. Such Drell number in the thousands and are scattered across the galaxy, tending towards quiet integrated lives. On Kaji, the Hanar afforded the Drell every opportunity to thrive, while outsiders and even some Hanar regard the Drell as junior partners, if not actual servants. Drell have integrated themselves into every level of Hanar society as respected, productive citizens.
So that actually drops a number in that it says 375k that we started with, which we knew, and then today only a few thousand survive.
Yeah.
So they can't be thriving. That doesn't say million, you know? If things were going well, I would hope that like that 375 could turn into, you know, a couple million.
If we take good care of them.
But it sounds as if it's still not that high. Following the first... Am I misreading this? Following the first contact, Hanar have spent 10 years transporting 375,000 willing Drell to their homeworld. The remaining billions perished on the dying world, warring against each other. Yes.
For water and food.
Today, only a few thousand survive on Rakana, in clusters never exceeding more than a few hundred. Right. So, of the 375k, there is now perhaps a bit more than that, but not that many. What am I misunderstanding here?
I'm not sure.
What's your understanding of it?
The Hanar took 375,000 willing Drell to their homeworld in Kaji. So what you're saying is that on Kaji there should be potentially more than 375,000 Drell because they were saved and they're probably repopulating.
And all the rest died out. Is that not...
And on the original planet, there's only a few thousands left, right? On Rakana. Following first contact...
Oh, god damn it. Planet name. I fucked up the planet name. I see. Okay. Understood. My mistake. Sorry about that. On the original planet, there are still some of them.
A few thousand.
But they're... Yes, okay. They're not extinct on their planet.
No.
But there's barely any.
Yeah.
Therefore, the majority of them are in
Kaji.
On the Hanar planet.
Homeworld, yeah.
Understood.
Okay.
Man,
I didn't even see that.
That must be really fucked up if, like, they're not actually extinct, but, like, you get the originals that never left that just dealt with that shit, and now they're just, like, in the wastes of whatever the fuck they did to each other.
Trying to survive off of scraps.
That's brutal.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Later. I'd like to consider what we've already discussed.
You're already living in it.
You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all.
You don't ask him about the ship, though, eh?
I should go.
I shall return to my meditations.
Damn.
Okay.
Rough few days for him. Keep praying, buddy.
You think that's bad? Let's go find Samara's kids.
Oh no.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Thanks, Kelly. Alright, what's calling to you right now?
The fuel depot. All right.
Maxed out.
Boltzmann.
I feel like that's a science term.
It does sound like it. But then again, there's like Bohr and
Niels Bohr.
Yeah, and at least there's probably at least one other name that's like a BO name that's science oriented besides Bohr. I wonder what. Anyway.
Feynman. A hydrogen methane gas giant, Feynman is of far less interest to the colonists of Bekenstein than its moons. All 24 are under heavy development by 3 rival firms, Hoshichiri Heavy Industries, Guanghui Solutions, and the Dynamis Corporation. These 3 firms are under ironclad contracts to sell their raw materials exclusively to corporations based on or orbiting around Bekenstein, a situation which has led to many heavy investment on Bekenstein from manufacturing corporations looking to get a piece of the action. Feynman itself has been relatively untouched by the mining concerns, as its strong magnetosphere and great dark storm cells create a barrier to all but the newest generation of scanners.
Mining is everything.
Yep.
It's everything.
Launching probe.
Get those resources.
You need to build ships, you need metals, you know? You need resources. You gotta build as many dreadnoughts as you can to flex your big fucking dreadnought dick on every other race. What's this all about? How many you got? Damn, they got twice as many of us.
Damn.
Shit. Wheeler is the fire user in Captain Planet.
Oh my god.
With the Ring of Fire.
What about... Is it Joey Wheeler in Yu-Gi-Oh?
I didn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh, but probably.
Maybe. I just read the manga. Weirdly
Okay,
enough.
well, there you go. That's the one where he kills people, right?
Yeah!
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, why would my Captain Planet fucking reference land in a world of Yu-Gi-Oh?
If you mention Captain Planet, I just got a few elements, some heart, and Don Cheadle. That's all I got for you.
Earth, fire, wind, water, heart. Mati, needle. Anyway. Sizable rock planet. Atmosphere is a hostile mix of hydrogen and carbon monoxide, which poses little hazard to remote robo-mining. Modern equipment can easily tolerate the planet's temperatures and gravity. Wheeler's crust is rich in bauxite and other light metals used in fabricators the galaxy over. Once upon a time, I was with it, and then what it was changed. You know, people used to be impressed if you could sing "We're the Planeteers." You can be one too, but saving our planet is the thing to do. Looting and polluting is not the way. Hear what Captain Planet has to say.
The planet is yours.
The power is yours.
Ah, close enough.
Damn it, Reggie.
Whatever.
This is what I'm good for.
This is what you're good for. My V. I have to defragment that part of my brain.
Can't read for shit. But I got cartoon songs in my head. Leave me alone.
Thuft. Technically named Hoofd, Dutch for the head. The Hoofd is a dwarf planet with a moderate carbon dioxide atmosphere and rich deposits of periclase. Originally put on the star charts when a human scout ship needed to discharge its drive core and wasn't able to reach the system's gas glands in time. The Hoofd has seen some development
Giants.
by... What did I say?
Glance?
Oh my god. Sure. The hoof disease of development by Hoshichiri Heavy Industries. Periclase from the asteroid can be found in common industrial products such as industrial cable insulation and fire-resistant prefab housing walls.
Captain Planet, he's a hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
Probe launch.
Gonna help us put asunder
Bad guys who like to
loot and plunder.
There you go. And then... Oh! You'll pay for this, Captain Planet. Yeah.
Alright. Unexplored. Oh, that's a big system. Veltman, a hydrogen-helium gas giant. Veltman is home to the Koshiroten, enormous storm cells that appear as whitish spots and are visible as far away as Bekenstein. As with most other colonized gas giants, Veltman's orbital space sports a variety of helium-3 refueling stations for merchant vessels. Of particular note among the orbital stations is the Dynamis Corporation's facility for manufacturing metastable metallic hydrogen, despite the risks involved in manipulating the powerful mass effect fields needed to do so. Citadel warships, which use the substance in their thrusters, can frequently be seen docking at Veltman as a result. This makes the Boltzmann system one of the most heavily patrolled in Citadel space.
Exogeny and fucking Dead Space CEC Corp are like, yes, so reports are coming in that we were trying to mine some planets and then some sort of magical guardian appeared to stop us. You know, 5 teens with attitudes got together and used their powers to summon some sort of glowing being. It was a bit of a problem for a while, and then eventually we glassed the planet and nuked everything, and now we've got the resources. But just word to the wise out there, if you're doing any mining, be aware that, you know, some of those uppity locals might have some superpowers every now and then.
Some shit going on out
know?
there.
just a side note in a report somewhere.
Travel advisory.
Yeah, travel, exactly.
Here we go, Bekenstein. The recipient of the first wave of Earth's colonization efforts, Bekenstein's founders had a decidedly less agrarian plan than Eden Prime. The mission of Bekenstein's first colony was to become Earth's off-planet manufacturing base, ingratiating humanity into galactic culture by producing needed goods, meeting with mixed success for the first generation. Bekenstein then leapfrogged its competition by producing high-quality luxury goods that went straight to nearby markets via the Citadel. Today, Bekenstein is known as the Humans' Ilium, a place where new money tycoons flaunt their wealth and the have-nots are rarely spoken of.
Okay, if you want all the wheeling and dealing of Ilium, but you don't want the aliens.
Oh.
Come on down to Bekenstein.
It beckons you.
Probe away.
And good. Okay.
What?
Is it just Blue and Kasumi?
Yeah, it automatically dropped me in to her. I can't pick a third member?
Interesting.
Odd. Okay, well, first things first. Do we want to go with power recharge or damage? She does her teleport kill. I want her to do that as often as possible, so let's go with that.
And what's the teleport buff right now? Is it that if it kills, she gets it back right away or something?
If I press back, will I be able to read it? Or will I be... I don't know what's going to happen here.
Oh, good question.
Let's find out. Let's QA it. Yep.
Points redeemed.
Points refunded. So Rapid Shadow Strike. What was your question?
Reduces the cooldown by 80% if the target is killed by this power.
Correct. However, in addition to that, I would assume... hold on. Yes. further reducing recharge time of her powers. So that sounds like it's going to stack. So
Yeah. Even faster.
Even faster than 80%. I like the idea of that being possibly broken. I hope it's instant, in which case, just keep going behind enemy lines and breaking necks. Nothing personal. Everyone. And then her flashbang is what we unlock. Disorienting concussive charge thrown that inflicts minor damage and incapacitates all nearby targets. Both delicate electronics and nervous systems are disabled. Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Does a million things.
That's another one that's like great for tech or human.
Disable electronics and enemy nervous systems.
Causing weapon overheats, omni-tool jams, and difficulty using bionic powers. That's a fucking solid ass, all-purpose flashbang. That's great. I could use that for sure. And then at high level, extra damage or range.
Potency of the concussive force incapacitating targets further away and keeping them down longer.
That would be awesome to throw into a group as they come through a door, because you have people squatted up in positions and then you have them like reinforcements coming together, and that'd be the perfect time for it. Nice. Okay. That sounds incredible.
Looking good, Miss Allison Gunn. Hawk won't be able to keep his eyes off you.
I'm sorry?
And these are our cover stories?
I assume Allison Gunn is my cover.
You run a small but talented band of mercs out in the Terminus systems. Precisely the type of person Hawk respects. I took the liberty of giving you a reputation. Papers, witnesses, article in Badass Weekly. Just don't start talking business with him, and you'll be fine.
Badass Weekly.
Dang, 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 dang.
Remind me, what kind of man are we dealing with?
Hawk's a weapons dealer and smuggler. He killed my partner and stole his gray box. Other than that, he's not so bad. Rich, charismatic, willing to crack open a man's skull to get at the neural implants inside.
Take it I'm wearing this getup for a reason?
You'd look really out of place at a society party in armor, don't you think? You look great. You should wear this stuff more often.
Come on, we have a dress on the ship. I'm sure it's more flattering than this.
If you did want to wear it more often, you could visit your room and check out your closet and cycle through the options to see what you like.
Now's probably a good time to fill me in on the details.
You have been waiting patiently. Our friend Hawk is throwing a party for his closest friends. A couple dozen of the worst liars, cheaters, and mass murderers you'll ever want to meet. All bringing gifts as a tribute to the man himself.
There's that cash.
Our tribute is a lovely statue of your old friend Saren, rendered with loving detail and filled to the brim with our weapons and armor. You can keep your pistol as long as it's concealed. They won't hassle you over a sidearm. Once inside, we'll make our way to Hawk's vault door, somewhere in the back of the ballroom. Then, we case the security and start peeling away the layers. The statue should be there, waiting for you to crack it open and arm up. Then we just waltz into the vault and
little hitman mission with Agent 47.
And I'll finally get a chance to say goodbye.
Okay. It's so funny to like have these pre-rendered FMVs of like in-game assets.
Yeah.
So they don't actually look much better. It's just dynamic camera work, you know, if anything.
There's different frame rate here and there.
Exactly. All right, little heist mission. I was kind of hoping that like when you know my favorite like transition trope is like, this is what the plan is, and then while they're showing you the plan that's going to happen, then you just cut to like, okay, so we did it. You know, what are we going to do this twice? No, this is, you're going to sneak in here, take that guy out, put on this suit, you know, switch the drinks over, and then like we cut to like, and now we're here.
Now we're here. Cool. What do we do now?
You've worked really hard on this. KG must have meant a lot to you.
Was I that obvious? KG's gray box holds a lot of priceless personal memories. It's all that remains of who he was. But the secret he discovered is dangerous. I wouldn't bring you here if it wasn't.
Actually, this isn't quite a Bond movie as much as it is the scrapped Halle Berry spin-off movie that never came out, starring Jinx, I think her name was, in Tomorrow Never Dies. Did we forget about the Halle Berry spin-off movie from Tomorrow Never Dies? No?
I guess so.
This will die another day. One of them.
What's in the gray box that makes it worth all this trouble?
The gray box holds KG's memories. Everything from all the codes and plans he stole to all the time we spent together. Wrapped up in those memories is the secret he stole. KG never told me what it was, but the information got him killed.
Well, it was a catchy Madonna song.
This ought to be interesting.
That's what I'm going for.
It has that toxic effect, you know? You're just like, oh, it's got the little strings on it. They're cheating. They're cheating because they put a little violin going.
This is our stop.
You're like, that's good. Get out of here, Madonna. Just give me those violins.
After you, Ms. Gunn.
Hold a moment, ma'am. There seems to be an issue with the statue.
Shoot him in the
Is there
face.
a problem? Yeah.
No, Mr. Huck. Just doing a scan.
I don't believe we've met. Donovan Hawk.
Allison Gunn.
Allison Gunn. A pleasure.
Oh, the dress works.
Sir, the scanners aren't picking anything up.
Oh, that's how it's gonna be.
Don't think our guests would come all the way here from Ilium just to cause trouble. Do you?
Yo, left you hanging.
You may pass through, Ms. Gunn. You were invited after all, but I will ask your companion to remain outside. You understand, I hope.
Is that South African? It sounds a bit like it, but it sounds like there's something else too. It's close, but I can't quite place it.
Care to explain why my friend has to stand outside?
I don't like the look of your friend, so she stays outside. Simple as that.
Uh-huh.
If it makes you feel more secure, she can wait outside.
Good to see we're not going to have a problem. Enjoy the party.
Well, that didn't go as I expected.
Any idea why he'd send you away?
No, we've never seen
Look at
each other
you.
in person. And no one knows what I look like. Just watching his ass, I'm sure.
Why couldn't you
I
get
can't
dressed
blame
up?
him.
You think maybe it's the fact that your face is shrouded in shadow?
Yeah, that doesn't help.
What do we do now?
We go on with the plan. You'll just have to do all the talking. I'll stay out of sight and stick with you the best I can. We'll keep radio contact in case something goes wrong. We need to find the door and case the security. We'll figure out the next step then.
Okay. So let's see if we can be a little less die another day and a little more Casino Royale. You know?
Is challenging you.
WoolieVersus the algorithm.